Damn, man, you do something worthwhile, it'll make you want to cry sometimes. Because I just did a video for about 5 minutes that I wasn't recording, but so what I was, where should I start? What I was saying is that um, um, so I sometimes like you'll sometimes you'll see people doing things like I don't think that it's cool or maybe appropriate to consume things on camera. Even if you had a food channel, I don't think it's cool like watching someone eat. I don't think that's cool. But then also sometimes you'll see people imbibing different like substances as though they were consuming something like food. So and so what I was saying is that the, our body can be appreciated as systems. If you were to study medicine, your body would be appreciated as systems. So you have like your skeletal system, your bones, your nervous system, which your brain would be part of your nervous system, and also your spinal cord and your nerves would be part of your nervous system. Your afferent and efferent, that's like the nerves that go out that make the muscles respond, and then the nerves that come in as sensation are like the I think the afferent, is it the afferent go in and the efferent go out? I can't entirely recall. And then you have like your muscular system, and then like your endocrine system, which is like your the glands that secrete hormones communicating with other glands that receive hormones, and the body in general would be your endocrine system. And then you have like your digestive system and your cardiopulmonary system, which is like your breathing. So if you're taking a pull of something, so I think that these systems, they have like an order and a function that coalesce, and coalesce means like it comes binds seamlessly, like another word, something is called a dovetail. When two things combine very neatly and beneficially, as smooth as like the tail of a dove, that's called a dovetail. But that's also like coalesce. So when things come together to combine, like when you play Tetris and you're doing all those little shapes with Tetris, and they come together so neat like that, and then it makes the block disappear. They had coalesce before they do that. That's what coalesce is. But then also cascade is like when a waterfall goes like over and it cascades like that. So the systems of the body, they both coalesce and cascade to amount to the functions that and the experience of living. It's actually, there's no such thing of living in itself. It's actually like the combination of different effects that are necessary and vital, but they're not independent. They're not dependent because they don't one. So you could maybe say the word dependent isn't a strong word, but they're not independent, but they're interdependent, just like human beings are, and life is itself. Life is diverse and homogeneous, heterogeneous and homogeneous. That's what makes life dynamic and viable, is the fact that it's difference within similarity and similarity within difference. That is all as one and one as all, is life. But then the systems of the body are like that too. But sometimes to engage the body as though different than the system, as that it's in the habit of function, because it's not the body can or can't do anything, but it's what is the body in the habit of doing. And so a lot of our existence, actually the functions that make us viable, are actually habit. So part of going to sleep at night is just a habit that you've been doing that all your life, and also your prior existences in the form of your ancestors have been doing that all their life in terms of night and day. So I was at a training today, and these guys were like, something 11 o'clock, and I was like, man, if you approach, so what makes you strong is a lot of what makes you different. So when you appreciate life as though life were subject to a clock, as you were presented in school, what about school was really in your best interest? What about school was really good? Can you recall something in your education, for lack of a better word, growing up, that was in your best interest? Was it either enjoyable or suited you? Not that, yes, you were given this because you're part of a group of people that are the school is being subsidized to educate these people, and you're being benefited because you are a member of this group of people, and so you're getting some indirect benefits like lunch at school, or like attention of teachers, howsoever that attention is conveyed, or whatever those teachers mean to you or by you. You get some form of benefit ostensibly, yet whatever benefit you get, you're fighting tooth and nail, a dog eat dog fight against those very students to get the opportunities that will amount to life outcomes and circumstances a little on down the line. So you're actually getting like prepared for like a Royal Rumble death match, figuratively speaking, by these actual benefits that you're gaining. And whatever you're being taught in these schools, so are your peers being taught, and they're going to use what they're being taught to confiscate and override and deprive you potentially of outcomes and opportunities that you may have got with that same information if they use it better than you, that is over you, that is on you. That is what's going on in these schools. But what about these schools do you appreciate was really in your best interest and for you and good for you, for lack of a better word? I don't know. I can't think of very much in my sense, but I know that you would have been shown a clock that whole time, and they would have been punishing you. That does make you feel bored. That make you feel deprived of liberty, because liberty is still important to a child as liberty is to an adult. So they deprive you of that, and then they train you to release you to recess or to release you to your parents at a certain time according to a clock. So you're being conditioned and you're being trained by that clock that whole time, as are all your peers in your cohort and in around the world who are also in competition with you. It can be appreciated, but yet you trust that your whole life is that's the gospel, that's the honest truth. That stupid circle on with those stupid numbers on it, that's the honest gospel truth of what it is to exist. And so by you appreciating that, what's any different than you in 6 billion or 4 billion people that you take that thing that seriously, that circle like that? What would be the strong suit in you appreciating that as seriously as all these other people at odds with you also appreciate that? I don't appreciate there would be anything unique about that. But if you appreciate it as a conditioning method apparatus and you thereby dispense with it because you can appreciate that, you would have no sensation of time without a reference. That is where it feels. What does the sun look like right now? So the sun is setting right now. So that would make me think that a day has gone by. So that would make me feel tired that way. So I'm not having a sensation of time based on a reference. But if you were to put me in a room, like say like solitary confinement, which a lot of life is like that, and you don't have that reference, you wouldn't feel tired the same way. But also those numbers are a reference like that that condition you. So you're at work, you're at a job, and you're like, damn, it's 5 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock. I don't speak words because you experience them when you speak it, but I would damn near about feel tired just saying that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Can you not fall the hell asleep and go comatose saying something like that pretty quickly and get daunted? How tiring it, say that 100 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. See if your ass doesn't fall asleep forever saying something like that. But if you can appreciate it, that it had been a conditioning tool, and that it's as bogus as anything, that it's as meaningless as anything. The meaning it is what you give it. So it does have meaning because you give it, and 6 billion people just like you, also in competition with you, give it meaning. It does have that meaning, but it's not limited to that meaning because nothing is limited. So you can assume dispense with it, and you wouldn't be any less substantiated in dispensing with it, because as you know, it's not necessarily serving you, and it's still it's still as redundant and arbitrary as anything else in life is a stupid clock with some stupid numbers on it. But so you go in public and you say something like what I just said, and people are like, what did you just say? what what? It doesn't compute to say something like that. But the thing is that but it stands to reason that that's arbitrary, that's a conditioning tool, and that you would be stronger if you appreciated that it is, our experiences are defined moment to moment, and we don't have to subscribe to what we've been handed down. And also that might be a function of habit. So that's part of what makes us feel tired at one point, is that that the conditioning of that circle with the numbers, but then also the fact that our ancestors in previous experiences have been laying down when the sun sets. So we sleep by habit, but a lot of the functions of our body are also by habit like that, and it's not good to interfere with those habits. But someone asked me when I was making those statements, so what time do you think it is right now? And I said that, and I was thinking to myself, I said it's somewhere between now and forever, but what I would like to say is that it is as now as it had been now prior to, and yet as now as it is now, while also to further be now, and as much of now while further now as now for being now, had it been now, had it not been now, and also been now, and will it be now, and again now, and now before it being now, and then being now, before being now, and as being now is now. That's what time I think it is.